Good morning, everyone. Alessandro Piovesan from the silo at the magnificent Hunt Hill Farm. You know, it is magnificent indeed, and you gotta be here to see it. Right here, I'm sitting in the kitchen area and family room called towards the tea room and the bar at the 1836 barn, Ruth and Skitch Henderson's home. Look, I love the woodwork here and all this. It's just everything is awesome. It's fantabulous, gotta tell you that. But the most important question of the day is how are you feeling this morning? Are you awake, excited, energized, inspired, committed to making today the best day of your life? Good to know. So keep going if you haven't gotten there yet. The important thing is to keep moving because I believe that you cannot fail until you give up trying and realizing how awesome your life is and that you have the power to decide how you're going to live your living is, you know, what a better gift could we get, right? Other than wake up in the morning, realize you have two eyes and you're breathing and you're here and you can make that choice of how are you going to live your life? How's your living going to be? Because most of it is in your head. Of course, I'm not um, discounting or diminishing the hardship or the difficulties that comes with everyone's living, because life is unpredictable, and for most, um, struggle to handle everything from work to life to kids to friends to good stuff, bad stuff. Is that constant battle to juggle all this stuff and put the puzzle together? Or how can we find the time? How can we find the situations and then to find the reasons to feel, happy and fulfilled? It's not an easy thing to understand. It's taking me forever. I'm going to turn 50 this year. Oof. And I'm learning so many new things. I don't know, feeling like a child with a big head trying to fill it up because seeing so many new things happening in situations that I thought, okay, I've been through this, but now it's different. It feels completely different. And as you know, I only share thoughts, feelings, experiences, consequences of the stuff that happened in my life. I happen to be um, blessed with the amount and the generosity in terms of life giving me piles and piles and piles of crap or truckloads of lemons, and I became a expert in lemonade making. So, in a certain times of my life, especially most specific here, 2003, right, almost 20 years ago, I was doing pretty well in a Endeavor digital project and was working phenomenally. But in order to keep my mind sane and figure out what's happening, how you deal, right? When I say that you can get lost on darkness, but you can get lost when excessive light shine on you, you need to have the tools to keep yourself focused, centered, and don't get lost in the glamour and the attention that you receive. I will share videos later because I'm figuring out how the software thing here works, and I'm making some progress. But when you get out of an airplane at an unknown town and you have hundreds of people waiting and screaming your name and trying to connect with you, it's so easy for you to get lost and believe that you are something more than a person. Because this attention that we receive can easily derail our mind. Therefore, we can get lost. Total different scenarios. So, in order to keep this sanity and and understand my purpose and trying to keep a hook into my goals, right? Not letting any kind of turbulence, good or bad, distract me from the goal. Like hold into that rope and keep pulling towards the life of your dreams, right? All the commitments, all the things that you must do so everything can, um, what is the word? Manifest. Everything can manifest in your life. And sometimes, I tell you, man, it manifests in ways that, oof, what's happening to our life right now is so amazing. It's a manifestation of, holding the rope and moving even when the turbulence is super strong, to manifest into a life that is far beyond what I could ever dream. And I have a tremendously big head and imagination. So, writing the thoughts of the day was my way to express what's going through my heart and then try to digest and figure out. I'm sharing those thoughts now with you. Soon, I will make them available because now I found the little book that was going to be published 20 years ago and trying to figure out the digital version that I can just spread and give it to you all. All right, so here's my thought of today. I was able to save paper, so going green, not printing anymore. Figuring out, I hope you're still seeing me there. All right, so the thought of today is very simple and says arrogance and lack of respect are attitudes capable of destroying the life of those who use them. Try to live your life free of negative attitudes and feelings so you can really become happy and a loving person. Become a happy and loving person, right? Again, as I said before, darkness is an easy way for us to realize that we are going downhill away from who we are. But the excessive light shining on you and all this attention and success and stuff, it can blind you too. It blinds you because you receive all that free attention, right? And some people are so dedicated to demonstrating how much they like you, right? That it becomes something unbearable sometimes. But if you're not prepared here, you can truly start believing that you are all that, and suddenly arrogance kicks in, and you can get a little weird here and there, right? Again, I've been there, and these kinds of internal fights in my head are the things that keeps me sane. Because isn't it nice when you meet someone and the person is like kind and pleasing, that you can feel that is such a good experience. For example, there's a guy that I met through TJ Leonard. TJ is the angel who is organizing all the live stuff that happens at the silo. And in one concert, he brought a guy. His name is Adam. Adam, he used to do, or still does, he set up all the streamings and video recordings and audio recording stuff for many, many, many people, including the Darrow's house, right, down in Poland. And he was deeply involved with the School of Rock. So we've been talking. Yesterday we had an awesome meeting because some of the equipment to start setting up the museum and other spaces for live streams, the little TV show that we're going to launch soon, and a bunch of other interesting stuff. But he's such a pleasant person, especially with his background and his knowledge. And you sit down and he just talks to you and share ideas, and I don't know, it just makes you feel good. I met so many people here. I've been meeting a lot of people that are the same way. For example, I was just telling the story um, about Kareem, right? The guy that came from abroad, that was an interpreter for the army and all that stuff. And now he's in a new town and he's working at the butcher shop with Steven. Stephen came here. We did a tour Sunday. Came with his daughter and her soon-to-be husband and the mother. We walked around. What a nice guy. What a nice family. We were talking about things and stuff. And I asked him, I said, when you do your wedding here and all that stuff, would you mind asking your guests to bring 1 pound of food or more that we can donate to social services and all that? And he said, oh, Alessandro, absolutely. That's what our family does. Every weekend we serve food, to the homeless, and people come in and blah, blah, blah. We do this, we do that. This is something that we already do. Our entire family. We were talking yesterday and, talked to the daughter and trying to figure out the schedule, how it can be done and all that. And she said that, Alessandro, we decided that instead of gifts, we're asking our guests to bring as much non-perishable food that they can for the wedding. Isn't that amazing? I know that this is supposed to be me talking about, my stuff and taking my time for me. This is me time. It's not work time. So this is not work that I'm talking about. What I'm relaying to you is the reality of what happens here. This is my reality. This is something that is happening in my life right now. And you can come in, experience, you can be part of it, you can witness, you can touch, you can feel, you can smell it. It's so rare for us to find these opportunities to actually witness a miracle happening. Because that's the only way I can describe what is happening to me and my family and my life in this stage of my life. Where I thought I have learned everything and I have believed in everything and I have been sitting there, because sometimes our minds, they keep going. And time is another very important element that we must be able to understand how it works. It takes a time. So what's happening here that you see every day is me taking time for myself, trying to learn my guitar, walking my dogs, doing some other things, sharing this video with you for a few minutes in the morning so I can get myself distracted and refreshed and prepared. But you can come at any time and look around and understand this. Because money has nothing to do with what's going on here. And once people understand that I'm being blessed. I'm being blessed with an opportunity that I honestly, I have no idea. I had no idea that I was actually worthy of such a awesome opportunity to live a life beyond what I was able to dream. And being thankful, being grateful, this is all part of the element. It's all part of that scenario, right? That needs to be addressed. I need to pay attention to everything that's going on so the ball can be round, no holes in it, and be thankful for this amazing opportunity. I know, 15 months, less than 16 months to raise the $450,000 to finalize the deal here. But that doesn't make me go crazy or freak out. I just can't. It's just not going to help solve the problem. It's not a problem so far, it's just a need. It will be a problem if I can make it happen. So this is not a reality show with a production in the back that's suddenly at the last minute that big check's going to arrive and everything is done. We don't know what's going to happen. I have the feeling that it is going to happen because there's so many good things coming together at the same time that it's impossible to believe that God, the source, this energy that created us all, and now I feel is giving me this opportunity to to embrace a life and a living that all I can do is be thankful for, because I could never ever imagine what's going on, the way it's going on. So I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to be respectful. And at the same time, share with everybody what's happening here, because I do not believe that God would give me an opportunity this big that matches all the little elements of my dreams and go far beyond. He put me here knowing all of my conditions and situations and stuff to fail. The same way I don't believe that God put me on the streets when I was 13 years old and I was being sexually abused, humiliated, and many other things, disrespected. But I don't think God put me there to fail. I think He knew that I was going to be able to somehow get through it. Today, I can realize that. But it took me decades. And because I wasn't able of realizing that this was the way God chose to prepare me for a bigger challenge in my life, because when you carry for your own, life is one thing, but when you have other lives that depends on you and counts on you, it changes entirely the scenario. So all the super hardship that came in my life, thank God I was alone. But being alone allowed me to find a super friend within myself. So now I'm able to even use the word God and rethink the past. Because when I was on the streets going through everything that I was going through, all I could think of is why God is so mean to me, so bad to me. And if He can do this to me, then I can do this to others. That's when I became adding my contributions to the living I was living at the time. Because life is unforgivable, right? And you have that pile of lemons that it gives you. Everybody receives a pile of lemons, right? But some lemons are different than others. You know, we all suffer and go through hardship and things in different ways. But if you deep down analyze, hardship is hardship, and the base is pretty much almost the same for everyone that goes and endures tremendous hardship in their lives. You know what I mean? So it took me forever to understand that. Then I try to justify my contributions as the fact that I'm having a shitty life and this is going on and blah, 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 blah. It's so difficult. So I have the right to harm. I have the right to, you know, proliferate this crap that has been given to me. This was my mindset. And that's why I've done it. And I've done it a lot until you start in a process of meeting people that think differently and do things differently and start helping you understand that so you can evolve as a person, as a human being, and understand your value and your strengths. I thank Mr. Paulo Cruz de Azevedo for being the first person that actually, gave me an opportunity, didn't judge me, saved my life. And from that point on, the other individuals and families that I was connecting with, meeting, and start receiving love, respect, friendship, collaborations, and slowly start changing my brain, right? Like tune your brain so you can change your mind. I was reading in that book. I put the link down there where you can watch the video. Watch that YouTube video because it's really, really awesome. I mean, the way Dr. Rick Hansel talks about your brains and how we can control it is fascinating and is not boring, right? So, yeah, you know my point? I'm trying to get into that sense of when you are arrogant and become that heavy person, this is like putting seasoning on a bad soup, right? Because arrogance will come in many ways and will come together with that lack of respect. And when you look around, it feels heavy, it feels weird. But these are contributions that eventually is going to come back to you. And if you are by any way starting to feel lost because the hardship in your life is so tremendous, so the darkness around you is preventing you from really seeing the light and understanding that you are able, or excessive light shining on you that is driving you away from who you really are for any reason, You can always come back home. Come here. Find a place where you can just connect with yourself and then come inside. Come here where you know who you are, everything that you have been through. Get access to the buckets of past happiness, your achievements, and the stinky stuff. Now, those are the three most important boxes for me because the happiness box is every single happy moment I had in my life. When I think that I can never be happy or life's never going to happen to me, blah, 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 you can't really be so um, deeply blinded that you're not even capable of remembering one moment that you were happy for a second or two or three, doesn't matter. But you are capable of feeling happy. So that's why I open the happiness box and I smell it and I look at it and I remember. I remember those moments. Then I open the hardship box with all the moments I thought that I would never gonna make it. It was impossible. I wasn't built for this. This is not for me. Why me? But then you realize that I'm here looking at this box on my archival. So I came through. So did you. Because here you are, or you wouldn't be watching this video right now. So when you realize that you have been able to be happy and you have the strength beyond what you are aware that can take you to the life of your dreams, to the living of your dreams. But the question still lingers in there. Why me? Why so hard? What's going on? Then open the box of the stinky stuff. This is all the contributions that you did to the world, to other people, all the bad stuff. And that's going to come back to you. So maybe you weight that one against the other two and see which one is heavier. It was like, if this one is heavier, like happened to me, mine was so heavy that took me decades to feel that the weight's starting to balance it out. So I could think, wow, maybe I pay my dues this time. And I did. And at a certain point, life just started working as I planned. So I kept myself away from reasons to go dark. And that's where, the thoughts of the day and those little tools help me focus in what I need to do so I can live the life of my dreams or far beyond my dreams. And once you connect, understand your value, your strength, the fact that you have been happy and you can be happy, and there is something you need to pay before life starts manifesting the way you wish. Come back home and then come back to the world and go after your dreams, go after everything because you are alive and that's what matters. The rest of it is, if you're not able to realize how good your life is, then you need to work on your brains and start tuning to figure out if you can separate things. Life has absolutely nothing to do with your living. Life is a gift given to you that allows you to do and be whatever you want to be, whatever you want to do. And you're going to use your free will to do that. Living is a combined consequence of all of your choices. Some part of your living may be hard because life gave it to you as part of your lemons. And it can get harder if you add contributions that will make that blessed. But once you understand, find your own formula. I'm talking about the one I created for myself, but you find your own formula. But it's good to understand that you will have to pay the price for the bad stuff that you have done, period. So have this realization and understand that some of the faults, maybe a lot of them are yours and not someone else. Everything is going to change. You're going to clear space in your head that would allow you to occupy with good stuff. And if you believe that you can use these extra tools or find a bag of good stuff to tune your brain and help you out. Watch the video that is on the link below the description. Then go to the Silo, workshop.thesilo.org, and register for the experiential workshop. Survivor to Thriver, tools to get us unstuck. It's going to be so awesome. The professionals and volunteers and Healthcare Advocates International from Stratford, oh my God, they are making this so possible to give it for free for you, for people that need that help, that extra. It's 2 days, awesome workshop. We're starting February 26 and 27. Still have a few spots left, so go in there and do your thing. Do yourself this favor. And who knows? I would love to, be able to help you find yourself and live the best life ever, the life of your dreams or far beyond that. If you are in that state of mind of trying to develop a deeper connection with Mother Nature, or in an adventure stage where you want to learn everything and anything about awesome, awesome American music history, it was done right here at Hunt Hill Farm at the Silo. Oh, you just need to browse. Come over, come here, come to Hunt Hills Farm, come to the Silo. And if you can bring 1 pound of non-perishable food that will be donated to support New Milford Social Services fight to eradicate hunger in our town, this will be amazing. It will make me tremendously happy. Because at the same time, we are also supporting the achievement of the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which is number 1 and 2, what we're doing here, eradication of extreme poverty and hunger. It means a lot to me, because an empty stomach feeds a very dangerous mind. And I have some bullet wounds here and some stab wounds that can validate that a little bit. And I want to wish you a fantabulous day, filled with love, happiness, respect, appreciation for your life and your living, with tons and tons and tons of positive vibrations always. Thank you.